Hello everyone, Boogeyman here. Today I want to talk to you about using combat engineers. Now, I know a lot of this doesn't get into play usual multiplayer Assault Zones game, but if you're playing a Frontlines game, it can really help you to use the engineers effectively, especially when you're on defense and trying to set up. The first thing I want to talk about is setting up these tank tracks. As you can see here, I've got tank tracks over the middle here. Now, these tank traps aren't going to be a very big line of defense because I only have to knock out one to get this tank across right here. So I can do that in a multitude of ways. I can take one of my red guard who have a dynamite attached to them, switch to their dynamite, get him close enough to throw, direct control, and throw it right on that tank trap right there, and blow a hole in that wall. And I see I've completely cleared out and I can get through. Now a good player would leave those there, but stretch them vertically across, as you can see here, because now I can't just blow up one and move through. I've got to blow up everything in the row. Now I know what you're thinking, but Boogey, on the sides here I can just drive through buildings. And you can, and players do, and that is a great idea. When you see tank traps, you definitely want to try and avoid getting bottlenecked if you can help it. But what a smart player will do, and what I do a lot of times in multiplayer games, is I make things look like I forgot to set tank traps as far as I needed to, and then I'm setting up mines and a few SMG guys with AT grenades and some rocket launcher troops right in that corner. So when I take this tank and try and drive through, I'm running into a mine they might not expect to be there. That way they might not have their mine guy search for it. And as I said, you can see where the damage will come in here. Now not only is my tank trapped, but I've blocked off another area where they can't get through with the tank until this one's completely destroyed. Let's talk about how you set up your AT tank traps. What I like to do is you go to the bottom right here to the gearbox, use item, and select the use item and deploy the hedgehog, is what they're called in the game. And stretch it across from where you start to where you want it to end. Now if you'll notice, you only see the first hedgehog showing up. So when I let go, it looks like he's going to build from the wrong end first here, but when I let go, you only see the one until he's done. But he's going to start from this one and go all the way back across. Another thing to think about is you don't have to set up your AT mines like this, or your hedgehogs. What you can do is, let's find another engineer here. What you can do is you can select the hedgehog and shift left click to place them individually wherever you'd like them. So if you want a more spread out pattern so it's not as easy to clean out and take care of. Finally, I'd like to talk to you about when you're dealing with tank traps. A lot of times when you're dealing with tank traps, it's the perfect setup for them to stop your push. One really good tip when you're moving forward is to use that radio op as I showed you before, because the radio op can really put some holes into those tank traps. And while it won't be as effective when they go long ways, like I just showed you the proper way to do that, they are still incredibly effective at knocking out those tank traps. The key here is you're probably going to be under fire when this happens, so you need to make sure when you're playing that this guy is very well protected, and at the least, if he dies, you know how to pick up his radio box and gun. I just want to show you one more time how effective the radio op can be against these AT mines. Now a lot of people use dynamite, which we showed earlier, and you can also use tank shells if you hit them with a high enough shell long enough. But this is a really quick way to clean all that out. It also takes care of any mines someone might have interspersed to the tank traps. Anyway, this is just a quick video. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.